So we are still waiting on these officers that are breaking the law in the red zone. Red zone. It's in Carson City Sheriff's office, that whole building. Then you got like the Carson City Jail. We're gonna go film that some more in a little while, but we are gonna stick to this right now. So we're about to go inside the building, guys. Request a couple complaint forms and ask why the vehicle has still not been moved. So we'll see what they say. They might get mad. How's it going? I just wanted to see, I had the sheriffs come out and they had talked to the state troopers about their vehicles being illegally parked.
Yeah.
And one of them went out, turned off his vehicle that had been running for 45 minutes with nobody in it. The other one is still sitting there in the red zone. I'm seeing 3 cars that keep going down the street. They're gonna crash eventually because he's parked in the full red zone with his state trooper vehicle.
Right there.
All right, I'm gonna go over there.
Yeah.
Are they even open? Is it open? No, they're not. Nobody wants to help. Yeah, I need to get 2 complaint forms, please. And I need to make sure why the vehicles are still parked in the red zones, making accidents almost happen outside. The sheriff's office contacted you guys already about the violations. So this is the guy that... Can I get your name and badge number? No, you wouldn't identify before. That's why I need the complaint form. You're supposed to identify. What's your name and badge number? I don't even know if I'm talking to a cop. You're not going to identify to the public? That's total disrespect. You see what you get at the Carson City State Troopers. Now, I was at the sheriff's office. Most polite people in the world all identified themselves just like they're supposed to. This guy's probably an imposter. He's not a state trooper. There's no way, because he's not identifying. He thinks he's above the law. He was the one that had his vehicle idling for 45 minutes out there, nobody in it, just wasting taxpayer dollars. All I asked him for is his name and badge number. He wouldn't do nothing. Now I come in here, he won't give his name and badge number. He won't even come up. When I came up, I had to ring some bell. He has to identify himself. It's by policy. So I'm going to get his name and badge number and I'm going to file a complaint for him not identifying. And then we're going to find out whose vehicles are out there blocking the red zone for the fire engines, and nobody's able to go up and down the street. They're about to crash every time because that guy can't park in the 40 spots that are available in the parking lot right there. And then there's another NHAP just sitting there in another red zone right by the handicap access, almost blocking it. This is how NHAP treats everyone, but they're the ones that want to give you tickets on the highways. This guy won't identify himself, won't give his name and badge number, won't do anything for the public. All I want is your name and badge number so I can file a complaint on you. I'm still waiting for the name and badge number. They think it's a joke. This guy's smiling. He doesn't have to identify himself. They think it's funny that they would give citizens tickets for parking in other places. But they won't give themselves. They won't even, when they got approached by the sheriff to move their vehicle, they don't do it. There's a parking lot with 14, 15 spots. I counted them. So I'm going to file a complaint on these 2 officers that are both violating. This guy won't even identify. I'm going to definitely, that's why I'm in here, is because he won't identify. NHP is a joke, man. Look at this. I couldn't believe that they're going to act like this. That's so childish. He probably is only like a rookie. I mean, look at him. He's young. That's why people don't give cops respect, because look at this. This guy won't even give me respect. All I wanted was his name and badge number. I wouldn't even be filing a complaint if he'd gave me his name and badge number. So we got it documented. The NHP vehicles are sitting there for over an hour since I've been here, parked. I saw the guy pull up, park, get out of his vehicle, leave it in the red zone. There was another vehicle idling before I even got here, and then they finally turned it off once Sheriff's Office came in to let them know about the violation they were doing, wasting taxpayer dollars. Now I asked this guy his name and badge number, won't even give it to me. Won't identify to the public. This is what you get at the NHP. This is why they have the small office. Straight garbage. And you see, I'm just waiting for some sergeant. He already talked to some other people. He won't identify. All I want is 2 complaint forms. You can't give me the 2 complaint forms? You can't do your job? You just sit there? That's what you do? We're live. What is that? 1,134 people. Looking at you, unidentify yourself. Oh, I do. I'm waiting for a sergeant. That's what I'm waiting for, is somebody to help me and give me a complaint form. I'm waiting for this guy to identify himself. I don't think he's a real cop. Unidentified, just hangs out. That's what he does. 1,134 people watching you unidentified, bro. You're so unprofessional. Leave your car running for 45 minutes. I'd have got a ticket for that. This is how they treat the public. You just stand here and wait. That's what they do. As they violate the law more and more. I know. Keep sharing it. Keep sharing this right now live. Is somebody coming, bro? What? I don't believe that. I feel like you guys are just wasting my time trying to be more disrespectful to the public. I don't even know if you're a cop, bro. You still haven't identified. You won't show me your name or badge. Looks like a costume for Halloween. You don't look old enough to be a cop. Looks like that Scream movie costume. Doesn't he? He looks like, who's that guy? Dewey off of the Scream movie. Think about it. When you look at him, think about that. So let's see, guys. So they're making me move my scooter right now because he can't have a sergeant come talk to me. So that's what it is. So we'll put it right here. Put it just like he said, to the side. There you go. No problem. There you go. We'll go back inside. He wanted it moved. Retaliation because the sergeant won't come and ever help anybody. Won't let you get a complaint form. That's how this works. So now they have time to make me move my scooter, but they don't have time to have a sergeant come help me. Give me a complaint form on an officer that won't identify himself. Or move the vehicles that are blocking the red lane where the fire zone. I mean, I don't understand this place. This is a total corrupt office, it seems like to me. We're definitely gonna investigate more into this office now because this is corrupt. And what was more funny is they made an inmate that's helping them come and tell them to come move it because they're not going to come out and do it. You saw that. I mean, she literally had the inmate walk over there, tell them, and then she walked over to tell me about the scooter. Yeah. I'm glad that was caught live on video right there. That was good, because that's 1,134 witnesses of retaliation by the NHP right there. First part of retaliation. Haven't even got the complaint form. They're too busy to help people though, but they can park all their cars in the red zones with no emergency lights. So you see, I moved my vehicle, my scooter, over into the front of the window right there. So now what else are they going to say? What else are they going to say before the sergeant comes and actually does his job and corrects the violations happening, or just gives me a complaint form so I can file a complaint? You're timing it with me, guys. I'm glad you have that timer on. We could see how long they can just sit here and do nothing. Because he's doing nothing right now. Nothing. I saw him on camera. Absolutely nothing. I'm still waiting for a sergeant. I'd be gone if a sergeant could help me. I just need a complaint form. The proper complaint form to file a complaint. See, everyone keeps coming out of the office. They don't understand. They're like, what is going on? Well, the sergeant's not giving me a complaint form. The other guy wouldn't identify himself, which started this whole process. And they're all illegally parked. So I don't understand what the big situation is. Move your vehicles. Do what the sheriff said when they came in to let you know about the situation. And then when I ask for a name and badge number, give your name and badge number like you're supposed to on policy. But they're not doing nothing. They are total corruption in this office right here. These NHP officers are corrupt. We are definitely going to check this. We're going to keep up on this for a minute now. This is not going to just be a little 15-minute audit. Still waiting for the sergeant. 22 minutes later. That's the sheriff. They did a good job earlier. NHP that's not doing a good job here.
Hey, can I talk to you out here for a second?
Oh, I'm just waiting for the sergeant.
I just talked to the sergeant.
Yeah, I'm waiting to talk to him and get a complaint for him. They told me to come in here.
Okay.
I've already talked to the sheriff with you guys.
Okay,
you guys
so
were
the
fine.
sergeant of NHP says he is not going to come out and talk to you. If you want to file a complaint, he's already addressed the issues that he felt he needed to address, and you can go.
No, I'm not filing on the officer that didn't identify himself. I need to get the name of that officer and I will leave. I need to get his name so I can file a complaint.
I don't know the name of that.
Well, then the sergeant, that's why he told me to speak to his sergeant, and I'm waiting for the sergeant, which I'm allowed to do because if I don't get his name and badge number. Well, let me just tell you, he's not going to identify himself. How can I file a complaint?
You already told me. Okay, you already told me that.
I'm just saying, so I'm waiting to get his name and badge number.
He's not going to come out and talk to you. He said.
So he's going to leave his vehicle in the red zone still?
If you'd like to go further, you can go to the Highway Patrol office. This is just a substation.
Yeah, where's the office at? Because I'm definitely, but I need to get the name and badge number first.
It's with DNV.
If you write down the name and badge number, I'll go down there.
I don't know.
Well, then can you ask the sergeant, because you just talked to him. I need to get the name and badge number of the guy that wouldn't identify, that left this car running for over an hour out there and then was disrespectful to me.
He's not going to come.
Well, I need to speak to somebody that's going to give me a name and badge number. That's against the law. It's against the policy.
I'm trying to give you a way you can go do that.
No, I won't have his name and badge number, and that's what they're going to ask. I do this for a living. I know that they're not going to be able to tell me anything.
They could just look up who's at the station and tell you who's at the station.
No, because they're going to have multiple people and they're not going to.
So now where we're at is you're creating an issue that you're disrupting the flow of business and
how am I disrupting the flow of business in this building?
Let me talk for a second, okay?
I'm not disrespectful. I'm just going to go to the other NHP. And since you guys are, I'm going to have it on camera that you guys are not willing to identify. You guys identify.
I don't know who would.
But no, he's not willing to identify. He's right there.
Agency.
I know. So you're not supposed to be talking to me. It should have been the sergeant's talking to me that I was waiting here for 15 minutes.
Why I'm getting involved. So dispatch told me that you want to talk to the NHP sergeant. I went back.
I didn't. I wanted to talk to this guy and get a complaint for him.
Can we not talk over each other?
Okay, I'm gonna let you talk and then I'll talk. How about that? Okay, I'll let you talk and then I'll talk. I know I'm a little hyped up because that guy was disrespectful.
Okay, but I haven't been, right?
No, so I'm gonna let you talk and then I'll talk. Okay.
Yep. So basically, I'm sitting at my desk and this is what I was told. I came out and talked to an HP sergeant. I said, hey, this guy is waiting to talk to you. I'm getting a complaint from our records division and our front counter that he's disrupting their flow of business. They're kind of concerned about what's going on. So I said, I'll go talk to him. I talked to the sergeant. I told you what his and I conversation was. He basically said you can go down to the right way in Reno, or you can go right here on Stewart, the NHP main office.
What I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait at that vehicle, and when he comes out to get in the vehicle, I'll get his name and badge number, because I'll zoom in with my camera.
That's completely up to you, but I'm giving you
I know, I understand.
Okay,
because they're not going to do anything without his name and badge number. They won't. So I'm gonna go out, even though they already retaliated by making me move my scooter, because the sergeant, and he kept telling me, I stood here, the sergeant's coming, the sergeant's coming, the sergeant's come for 15 minutes, 23 minutes. How long is it, guys? I'm live right now.
Okay.
23 minutes. I've been 23 minutes, 42 seconds. I've been waiting for a sergeant just to get a complaint for him. That's how NHEP handles it, not the sheriffs. I'm not going to disrespect you guys. I already said it on the channel. You guys did a great job. When I asked your officers and I asked you for your name, it was immediate. Identify, and that's what you're supposed to do in policy. Why would he not identify? I told him I feel like I fear for my life when he's around me at this point, because I don't know if he's a real state trooper. It's Halloween. He could be dressed up as a cop. Am I wrong or am I right? How many people have kicked in doors with cop trooper outfits on?
You're wrong only because why I'm saying you're wrong is because I happen to know that sergeant, and I know he's...
I'm not talking about him. The trooper that was sitting right here that would not identify, left his car running for an hour out there.
I've seen the trooper before, and he has access to this building if he has access.
I don't think he's a real trooper. I'm telling you my fear that if he ever stopped me on the street, I would never listen to him or respect him, because I don't know that he's a real trooper.
Okay, well that's your right, but I just wanted to give you some alternatives for NHP, and then.
So how long is the shift right now? Because I'm here all for a few days, so I'm just gonna go outside.
Man, I don't even know.
And I'll wait. Okay, that's cool. But
shifts at all.
But that's their vehicles. Do they leave the vehicles there overnight? Because if it stays in that red zone overnight, I'm gonna call a different department. Can I call the sheriff's department to get it towed?
No, we will not.
Who can I file a complaint with then on that? Other than them?
It's all with NHP. All I know is our sheriff has given them permission to park there.
Not in the red zones. In the red zones? So, in the red zones? I'm talking about the fire zones. I know the other zones, that's fine. Yeah. But the fire zones, nobody's allowed to park in those. You know that just as well as me. Especially when you have a lot right behind it that they're allowed to park. I know I'm talking over, but I want to finish. They have a lot right behind it that you saw with me as you were out there with me. 15 cars were out there. And there's like 15, 20 spots available, where the other state troopers that aren't lazy park their vehicles and don't break the law and think they're above the law. This sergeant now, what he's doing is he thinks he's above the law. He's not going to deal with a petty citizen, his boss, because I'm his boss. So I don't understand why he can't come out and give me the name and badge number of that trooper.
I don't know either. I can't answer that.
So I'm just going to wait for him to come out, and I'll deal with him on the street, on public property.
On that, I know the sheriff has worked out an agreement with the city that's a designated law enforcement area.
Not in the red zone.
And that's why it was painted red. I'm not involved in that process. That's just...
There's a fire hydrant right there. I know you're not. I'm just saying I know the laws.
That's what I'm told. So you're having questions, so I'm just trying to do my...
No, and you are. No, you are. I'm telling you. You guys did a great job. You are not being tyrants like I think how a lot of people are. This guy here, you know he's a tyrant. Yeah. You can't say that, but you know that he's not doing his job. You did your job, because what happened when your officers came out? You came out and did your job. Another thing I wanted to question is this. So when you have an inmate working for you, right? Because there's an inmate that's in there that decided they're chit-chat and having good conversation, him and the trooper that won't identify himself, laughing about me, about the circumstances, right?
I don't know.
They tell her, I got it on camera. I can show you the live video of what happened. They tell her, they send her, not a trooper, because they're not going to leave this building because they don't want me to be able to talk to them, because they're scared to have me talk to them. That is what the state trooper's showing. So they have her come tell this lady, can he move his scooter? So I move my scooter over, and I say right away, this is the first step of retaliation. Let me come back in and wait for the sergeant some more. I wait some more, and then you get talked to again by an inmate that's involved in business now, in a business that's my... No, but the other trooper is, and it was about me. So I'd like to file a complaint on that also. So I want to be able to get the sergeant's name and their name to be able to file a complaint. They're talking to inmates about privileged information. She can't do that. They can't have that inmate.
You said you have a recording.
No, I do. Of her and him chit-chatting about it and laughing about, oh, is he the guy filming? Yeah, who cares about him? I was like, so you're not getting the sergent?
That's just freedom of speech. They could talk
about
that's the state. There wasn't anything disclosed.
No, he's talking about him and talking about me and then telling her to come out here and make me move my scooter. Okay. So that's what they do? They tell inmates to go do their job?
I wasn't in. So
I know, I'm just saying, I'm asking you, would you ever have it? Yeah, inmate came and told this lady that there was an issue in there with the scooter where it was parked. So they came out here, they sent the inmate to come do a job. Even in the lady, I got on camera, was like, Why are you at my door not asking me? She couldn't even understand what was happening.
Okay.
You're an inmate
Well,
come
like I
out
said,
to
then
come and
if-
talk
if
about
you got
private
video
business.
Of all that, then that just
Oh, I do.
that
That's why I want the name and badge
complaint.
number, but I can't believe that they're hiding their name and badge numbers. That's responsible
I
of a
don't
state
know-
trooper
I
not to
don't
give their
know
name
that
and badge
they
number.
Are. I just don't think
They are. I can
someone
show you the
wants to
video
come
where he
and
won't
deal with
respond
it.
to it. I was
But-
outside and asked
But
for
I
it.
gave you 2 other avenues where you can.
No,
put
I
that
do, and I'm just going to wait
information out
outside, and
and
when they come out to their
for-
cars and remove them from the violations, I'll be able to ask them or zoom in on their name and badge number, just like you.
Any other questions I can answer?
No, I'm great. You guys, I'm telling you, the sheriff's office is amazing. State troopers are garbage.
And all my concern is
That's all I can
we
say.
just don't disrupt the flow of business.
No, I never
That's all
would.
I
And
ask.
you've seen me. I'm not doing nothing. I'm sitting over there. I never approached anybody. I've never approached anybody. I walked into a building where I'm supposed to. I was directed by her to walk in there. I talked to the guy, asked him for a badge number. He wouldn't give me a badge number. Then he said, I'll get you a sergeant. Sergeant never comes.
Okay.
So you see, for 15 minutes, then the sergeant tells you, I don't want to talk to him. What kind of coward is that? I'm
He
scared.
didn't say that. He didn't say
Well, that's
I
what you
didn't wanna talk to
said.
him.
You
I
said
just
he didn't
he's
want to talk
not
to me.
coming out. He's
So,
not coming
but
out
then
to
why
talk.
did the other
He's-
trooper lie to me saying that he was on his way?
He's busy.
No, it's cool. We can come out and talk. I'm not caring about this building. This building's not my problem. I want to get a complaint for him on people breaking the law. And I feel that the sheriff should give them tickets just like us.
Are you done talking?
No, we're still talking because unless you made me come out of the building.
I have nothing else.
I wanted to talk to you about a couple more things if that's probably, I was going to stay in there, but he's basically let me know that he wants me out.
What did
So
you?
can I speak
well,
to you? I want to speak to you for just a couple more minutes about a couple more options about what's going on with the
Anything
vehicles.
regarding the Carson City Sheriff's Department?
Well, yeah, I want to know what you could do about this situation because this is violating. There's a
I
traffic
already
law
answered that question. I
with
said
the
that the sheriff has allowed it, so
in the red zones. They've allowed the
it's a
red zones.
designated law enforcement parking area. That's
The
pretty much-
law is,
That's
but-
pretty much all I know. So we're not going to force anything over there with the trooper.
And then they can't. And there's no way I can get a name and badge number
I
then to
gave
make
you
sure
2
they're
options.
actually. I know, but
2 options to get that.
and they're
I don't-
going to give me the name and badge number
Yeah,
up
I
there.
don't know his last name and badge number, but they can see who was out here and they can handle. They
And your
can
name
answer
one more
all your
time, just so I have it,
questions.
and make sure I have it.
Sergeant Gomes,
And the badge number.
509.
So when I go down there, I can say Sergeant Noam's told me that there's only 2 troopers on shift, and you'll know exactly who they are.
I
The
didn't say
sergeant.
there's
and
2
them.
troopers on shift. I said at that time there was only 2 troopers.
So
in
what
this
time should I
building.
tell them that I was there?
You can look at that on your camera of what time you're here. I did not really keep in track.
So that's what I'm saying. So they're going to say, well, what time was it with those 2
Who was
people?
checked out at the substation during whatever time you have on your camera? They can narrow it down because they have to.
And they
check
will
in,
have to
check
do
out.
that then, you're saying there.
What's
Okay,
that?
and they will be able to do that
Yeah, I
then.
don't have that info, but they should.
Because if not, then I'm going to have to come back and get a name and badge number. You know, I don't want to do that. If I go all the way up
I
there.
told you a way you can go about.
I know, I'm going to go all the way up there.
Okay.
And if it doesn't work, then I'm going to have to come back with whatever paper they give me.
All right.
You guys have a great day. And that's how cops don't identify themselves. State troopers violating the law at all times.
Excuse me. Thank you.
Can I get your name and badge number?
Trooper Gordon, 183.
You see how easy that was? I would have been gone an hour and a half ago if the other trooper would have gave his name and badge number. That's what a public servant should. Thank you so much, sir, for actually making your department look a little better. Even though I have one question, because I know you're parked in the red zone. They said that's a designated spot, not a fire spot.
Why are you so pissed off?
I'm not mad. I'm asking questions, sir. That's what you're supposed to do as a public informant.
It's for law.
So it is. It's not a fire zone.
No.
Okay,
no, it
that's
used
what I wanted to make sure.
It used to have, and probably still says on the top right there, other than where the fire.
Where the fire hydrant was.
It used to say law enforcement parking only.
Okay. See, you know, and that was, if they would have said that, the one trooper, because he left his car idling for an hour. Now, I know that wasn't legal, and the
Well,
sheriff came and made him move it.
Sometimes we do that because we have all of our computers and stuff on there, but we have, like you can remove your key.
Oh, so it's
and
a safety
it
feature.
idles. The car doesn't.
So
do
nobody
anything.
can get in there and
No,
try to
nobody
take,
can get
okay.
any access. But
Now, isn't there
because
an
we have to
idling?
start our computers and stuff like that. So once you turn it off and it goes down, and then we have to go to a call, you have to start your computer.
And are you a
up.
sergeant?
I am not a sergeant.
Jesus Christ, you should be a sergeant, bro. Because I don't know, the one guy that came out, he was driving 51, or it was 519. They've already moved it now,
yeah,
whatever.
he's gone.
He's gone. He came. He was sitting there, and so after he turned it off, because the sheriff got called on me because I was just filming out
Right.
here, you know, and that happens, which is cool.
Right.
But the sheriff was all cool to identify themselves, so he comes out, turn off. They address the problem. He goes, turns off his car.
Right.
Which is good because he was in for another 45 minutes now or an hour.
Yeah.
Before that. So he turns it off, and I say, hey, all great, man. Can I get your name and badge number? Nothing. Total dickhead. Walks off. Then he gets in there. That's fine. So I stay out here. Figure I'll just wait for him to come back out, and I'll get his name right. So I have Zoom. I can zoom in. He says, I'm not going to talk to you. I go in there finally to get a complaint for him, do the
Right.
proper thing, right? And he says, the sergeant will talk to you. I'm done. Then he starts talking to an inmate, sends the inmate to make me move my scooter. I'm serious. I got it all on video. I mean, I know I can't make this up. It's so
wasn't there,
funny.
so I don't
No. I know. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's funny, bro. It's funny. I can't make it up. All he would have had to do is what you did, and I was on my way out. They had already come up to me, addressed it. I got 15 other places to film in Carson City.
Yeah, we know
I just
not
didn't
to park
know about
within
that.
15 feet of the fire
The
hydrant.
fire hydrant.
But it used to say, there used to be white paint that said like law enforcement parking only, because
They should fix that. Just
yeah,
so
they will.
It would correct this.
It wears off.
But
it used to be right here as well.
How long have you been with the department?
Almost 15 years.
Well, it shows right there, bro. Because the other guy, I asked him, I said, bro, you look. Once you wouldn't identify, I'm going to call you an imposter immediately. I'm not going to give you no respect.
Right.
And I said, you look like Dewey from Scream. You're dressed up in a costume. That's what he looks like if you look at the video. I watched the movie at my hotel last night. I'm not lying.
All right.
So it was funny to me, and I say it on my camera. I have 1,134 people watching live, you know,
Right.
and all you had to do was identify, bro. I would have been on my scooter gone. Right. My front tire's going low. I'm having to pump it with an air tire now.
I'm happy to answer any
Hey,
questions.
no, you were very professional.
I'll let the SO know that because they painted that red curb.
Yeah.
Because since we're in this office as well, we're in and out, and we don't go into the back as much because there's limited parking for the actual in the secured area, and we're in and out. And sometimes, like I said, we got to do our paperwork. Like I said, I had my car running for a couple minutes because I just run in and drop off paperwork, and then I come back out.
Okay.
But I actually got something to do, so I just
that's see, and that's the thing. That's where the respect gets built with the public and the people like you. I bet when you deal with somebody on the street, you don't have people screaming at you too often, because I can't see you. I can't. Oh, I have the wife too, bro. I have the wife. But I'm just saying, I see the demeanor of you, because I've been doing this for many years.
Right.
I've been to every state you can imagine filming, and I'm notorious for the scooter, because I'll show up places where you're 50 miles from nowhere and they're like, how are you on the scooter?
Right.
You know, state troopers love me, because I did high desert prison out there.
Right.
Those state troopers were cool. They tried to push hard on the ID thing.
Right.
But I didn't give them the ID. And they were cool with it.
Right. Well, if you're not doing anything wrong, you don't have
I'm
to
just
identify
saying, you were cool. If the other guy would have been like, and then the sergeant not coming to talk, I'm like, wow, bro, you need to take that job, man. You need a promotion, man.
Well, hey, be safe. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Have a
Be
good
safe
one.
out there, man. Hey, you just changed my attitude on this department. At least some of you.
I'm here for you.
All right, bro. You have a great day.
You too. All right, now be safe.
All right, man. Now, you see that, guys? You see, I was all mad at NHP. You have one officer that comes out in the end, just a random different officer, and he handles the situation the way he should have done, like the sergeant should have done. He shows me, and I don't know, but he shows me that that's supposed to be parking for them, and it says emergency parking only for them. So that makes sense now, and I understand that. But if that other trooper would have said that in the first place, I'd have never went in there. I'd have never tried to file a complaint. I'd have never done anything. See, so that's where you get the disrespect between the public and the law enforcement, is because law enforcement like that are garbage, and law enforcement like this guy that I just talked to, he wants to identify what your problem is and try to help you at least the most he can. So again, that was a great NHP officer. I'm not going to say nothing, but the other ones you saw were straight garbage. And as you saw the video, I hope it's on camera, we had a Karen or a Ken, you know, he pulled up on his little scooter. Why are you so angry at them? And you know, I told him I'm not. I'm just trying to be informed about what my rights are. So there we go, guys. I appreciate your time. Subscribe, like, hit that share button. This is Pitbull Cop Watch Las Vegas.